Hey guys, Vlad here. Finally, it's been, a long time since I talked about music, Ukraine, and everything else, and time had come. Thank you again for your wishes. I have a brand new baby son, and that arrived on Valentine's Day, which is, the day before, but we received it on Valentine's, so it's beautiful. Thank you again. Um, so that actually puts a little bit different schedule for me. And the tour dates that we have kind of postponed. However, I'll be doing tours, especially in Houston, Dallas. So stay tuned, and thank you again for California. That was great. And we'll have a concert ready soon for you guys to see. We'll release it as a record as well. And a couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, about music, that I'll be doing back a little bit of talking about it, how to combine the puzzles of music and create good stuff. And so see you on Patreon for that. The link is up there. And as far as Ukraine, I want to say about something very interesting. So I see more and more, especially online and some reputable news, that where's the accountability for Ukrainians for the money that they receive from the United States? Well, first of all, it's not just the United States that gives the money. It's Europe as well. And the efforts that go into Ukraine are global. The other side of that is Russia and Iran, who are against you, the Westerners. So, and you have to realize that. And, war is an expensive thing. And I have several friends who are fighting there now, even childhood friends. And one thing for sure is that it's very simple in the war. It's either us or them. That's it. There is no in between. So when diplomacy fails and the only thing left is military, and especially invading, the aggressor invades somebody smaller, and the smaller has to fight back, while the only option for smaller ones is to stand up and make sure that they don't give up and don't die. And that's the goal. Again, I think that the Russian military is squeezed right now, not in the sense of monetary fund, in the sense of human fund. They're not well organized. The conscription is not there as Putin expected, and the Russians don't really want to go fight against the war that somebody created. But however, they are very passive in their response to their leaders, unlike some countries that are more democratic. And Russia now is isolated, and it has the cash because of oil, but the Europeans were feeding Russians for a long time, for 20 years to be exact, and switching from oil fuels to green energy allowed Russia to be just that, fossil fuels, and being a monopoly, and that gave a lot of money to Russia, and that's what it is. So for those critics who think that why we should give money to Ukraine, well, if we don't, the world will be different. Not for Ukraine, for you. And that's what a lot of people understand, some people don't. And unfortunately, that's the case. The communists don't have agenda just getting something, what's theirs, what they believe. They are communists. Ideology started with Marx, was about the global change, the global revolution, global government, global control, a new system controlled by the communists, and that's their goal. Of course, Ukraine is very essential because of Black Sea control. If they don't have the Black Sea control, they will have problems controlling basically the Eastern European continent, if you will, up to Asia all the way. So that's what it's all about. And they don't want Ukrainians. They want Ukrainian land without Ukrainians. And the children who captured and some young peoples are going into what's called sort of like camps for re-education in a communist way thinking. And that's what's happening in Ukraine. I can tell more, and I will tell more. And actually, I was thinking I would probably have the platform such as Patreon for all these talks. It will have a lot of videos like that rather than talking something that Facebook can censor me. So I hope guys see you there. So stop by and we'll talk more about these things. Okay. As far as the humanitarian efforts, my wife and I involved in this. I was a little bit less involved for the last couple of months because I was touring and recording. My wife is still in that very much so. She has a lot of stories she can tell about how her classmates were killed, how her classmates in Severodonetsk, I mean, some of them went to war, some of them tried to escape the bombings, and you know, there's a lot of stories like that. And our job, my job as a humanitarian, is help those who are in need in this crisis. And you know, we need to help them. And we have several women still in queue, and a lot of them don't have meaning to survive really because they have small kids, their husbands died. I mean, they have some help from the government, from Ukrainian government. It's not much. And the prices in Ukraine are higher for obvious reasons because the imports are slowed down, and you know, it's a war zone. And obviously the money that the European government gives, and the American governments, and Canada and Australia, majority of that goes to supply weapons to Ukraine, which are limited still, you know, but slowly, brick by brick, countries allowing Ukrainians to buy Leopard tanks and maybe, hopefully, the warplanes, which are very essential for Ukraine. The bottom line is either them or us. That's it. That's the language of war. Okay, and the only peace is done when the other side thinks, well, yeah, we can't win this. So that's where we're going. All right, again, thank you again for your wishes for my son, and I'll see you guys on Patreon.